so this is my 11-week pregnancy update. I am like really late on this one because this week has been hell, pretty much. I did say that I would be doing these regularly and uploading on Friday, but Friday was not very nice and I'm pretty much only just starting to feel human again after last week, so this week just gone. So I'm still in my 11th week. I don't actually turn 12 weeks until Wednesday. Today's Monday. So I'm actually going to upload this tomorrow on Tuesday as an extra, so then on Friday I can film my 12-week update again and try and get on track. Fingers crossed I don't feel as bad as I did in this previous week. So basically this 11th week, from Monday in my 10th week, and then I turned 11th week on Wednesday. So from the Monday all the way through till Friday, did we do anything on Saturday? No, I think Saturday as well. I was in bed literally all day, every day, all week. I was so nauseous. Even though I could eat, I was handling food pretty well. I couldn't eat a whole lot and I had to be really hungry before I could actually eat. Otherwise I just couldn't stomach it. I felt really, really sick and the dry heaving has become insane. I'm still suffering with that at the minute. I only have to think about something mildly gross in my mind and I'm literally wanting to spew everywhere. So I'm really looking forward to this being gone. Hopefully I'm not one of these unfortunate people who suffers all the way through their pregnancy, otherwise I'm not going to be a very happy bear. But if I'm honest, the past couple of days I've been feeling a lot better. I do still sort of go in a downward slump towards the end of the day and start to feel really nauseous and sicky, but I'm still managing to eat dinner, which is the hardest meal for me at the minute, or has been recently. So I think it's getting better. I don't want to say it's definitely getting better because I'm sure I said that in my last video and then look what happened. So yeah. What have we missed? I don't think I mentioned it in my last video, but I did actually rent a Doppler online and I had it for about a week and I couldn't find the heartbeat, and then I just put that down to it being too early because a lot of midwives and doctors and people online say don't use them because you'll just make yourself more stressed. But for me, I just felt a bit more comfort knowing that one day if there's a heartbeat I'll find it, and then I kind of had it in my head, if I didn't find it before the 12-week scan then I'd probably start to worry. But I did find it at 10 weeks and 5 days, or 10 weeks and 6 days depending on how you count your days. The day before I turned 11 weeks I found the heartbeat for the first time and it took me about 15-20 minutes maybe, and literally just as I was about to just say okay I'm not going to find it today, it was there right in the background and I could just hear it and I thought okay I can't give up now because it's there and I know where it is. So I had another play for about 5 minutes and moved the Doppler around a bit and found it, and it was amazing. It was insane. Liam wasn't even here. He was actually on a train to the other offices where he works between like 2 different offices. So he was on the way to the other offices and I rang him and the first thing I said was listen to your baby's heartbeat, and it was amazing because I didn't expect to find it. I just did and it was insane. And baby's heartbeat at the time was beating at about 162 beats per minute. So in my eyes and what I've read, that is perfect for the dates that I am. I actually found it again this morning. I've tried it again a couple of times in the last week, but depending on how bloated I am, what time of day it is, how much I've eaten, how full my bladder is kind of like changes as to how easy it is to find. I found that I find it way, way, way easier. This morning I found it probably the easiest I've ever found it. Within 5 minutes, empty bladder before breakfast, like nothing in my stomach other than baby I guess, and I found it straight away and still beating at a good one, I think it was like 162 to 168, so I'm still really, really happy. And this little bean moves, I swear. First found it on the left hand side last week and then midweek this week baby was on the right, and then today again it was kind of like on the left on the middle. So I've got a wriggly worm in there, but that's probably why I find it so hard to find little bean sometimes. So I'm happy. I've heard the heartbeat. We've got our scan date through, and our scan date is on the 12th. So I guess you will see scan pictures on the 13th week update. You won't see them this Friday, but next week. My scan is actually the day before I turn 13 weeks. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good pictures. I'm actually really excited about that. I didn't expect the appointment to be like up to 2 hours long. That's what it says on the letter, so it could take up to 2 hours. And I don't know why, but I totally didn't expect it to take that long. But Liam is going to get the morning off work and come with me, and then we are going to go and see our little baby. Fingers crossed everything is all healthy. And yeah, I had another little stress last night, but it's just very hormonal at the moment, that's for sure. My emotions are like up and down all the time, absolutely like ecstatic 1 minute and bawling my eyes out the next. So I can definitely thank baby for that, I think. So apart from that, I don't really have much to update. This week baby is the size of a lime, which seems massive to me. It seems really big, especially in comparison to like a couple of weeks ago where it was a lot smaller. It was like a prune compared to a lime, and then next week or in a couple of days time it'll be classed as a plum. So it's insane at how quick this baby is growing, and it just completely blows my mind. So I'm really looking forward to my scan day, and that's pretty much what I'm focusing on right now, is get there, scan day in a week's time, and I'm really excited. I think after I've seen the baby on the scan, I think I'll start to feel a lot more easier about everything, and then we can start planning the nursery and stuff as well. We are going to be finding out the gender of the baby obviously as soon as we can, which is like normally the 20-week scan. We do want to know. And we also chose our baby names this week. We already had our girl's name, but we couldn't decide on a boy's name and agree. But Liam let me have the girl's name straight off the bat. He didn't put up any fight whatsoever. And I was being really picky with the boy's name. Even though I liked the name he had chosen, I was still being really picky. But this week I just decided to let him have it because I do like the name, and for certain reasons I was just being nitpicky, and it really doesn't matter. If we like the name, that's all that matters. So we have now got our names, and we are hoping for a boy, but we shall see. We'll be happy with either. So yes. So lastly, I guess you guys want to see the bump. The bump isn't really progressing that much right now. The bloating, I think that you've seen in the past few videos that very much look like a bump but isn't, has gone down a lot. It is going down a lot. First thing in the morning, I feel very flat. My stomach is like pre-pregnancy stomach first thing in the morning. There's like no bloat there whatsoever. After I've eaten, then my stomach will blow up a bit. I've had breakfast and lunch today, so I am bloated. But I also feel that in the evening, once I've had dinner and settled, and a few hours later, just before bed, when my bloating's gone down a little bit, I also feel that I definitely am starting to round off a bit, just underneath my belly button. So I know where baby is lying, and I know baby is still quite low down in my pelvis, because obviously where I find the heartbeat. So I know baby hasn't moved up yet, but I am starting to feel a little bit more rounder, especially in the evenings, and it doesn't feel so much bloaty in the evenings, but I know especially straight after I've eaten, I'm definitely bloated, and I have just had lunch. So I'm going to show you anyway. Bear in mind that this is probably mostly bloat, and I'm really looking forward to getting a proper bump, but yeah, just still bloat and flab at the minute, I think. Okay, so this is pretty much it. It's still pretty bloated and round. Yeah, I do feel a lot rounder here, but, and if that's me breathing in, I can't breathe in any more than that, and there's still something, but hey ho, I still feel a little bit rounder, but nothing major right now. So that is it for my 11th week pregnancy update. I still haven't completely got it into my brain that I'm pregnant and this is actually happening. I think last night was the first night I started to feel a little bit overwhelmed by it all, with the worrying about baby and everything else. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm pregnant, so that's a lot of responsibility, and I've wanted it for so long, but when it actually happens, you kind of, your brain just sort of, it takes a long time to go in. So I'm really excited to start buying stuff and stocking up and baby buys and everything else, and I will be sharing with you those things, but until the scan we're kind of trying to hold off. We've got a few bits, but apart from that we're trying to hold off until after the scan. So yeah, thank you for watching this week's update. I will be definitely back on Friday with 12 weeks, because if this sickness stays the way it has now, I think I'll be okay, but we'll see. So I will see you guys on Friday for 12 weeks, and yeah, I don't think much will have changed by then, so it's probably going to be a short one, but I'm happy. And once I've made 12 weeks, that means I've made 12 weeks, that's insane, and then like I've only got like 1 or 2 weeks and then I'm in the second trimester, and that's absolutely crazy. So I'm really excited, and I'm going to stop blathering, and I will see you in a few days. Bye guys.